Hi, I'm Abitha, and in the last video, we left off on doing a little bit of analysis, on doing some preparation before we get into FFT analysis. And in this video, we're going to continue finishing up our sum analysis and going back to view and seeing how the entire thing comes together. So let's get into it. I have my time channels now, and I'm going to start FFT. So I'm going to go in under signal analysis. I can also go in here and do signal analysis that way. And I'm going to hit FFT One Time Signal. And the moment this loads, I see that there's a time channel and a signal channel. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the accelerometer data from the first log file and make that my signal channel. And then the time corresponding with the first log file and make that the time channel. And I can see a little preview of what's going to come out of this, but I'm going to hit calculate. And I see that I have two new channels that are produced in the data portal. I see a frequency and I see an amplitude peak. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. But as you can notice, it's not in the right spot. It's under log 1, but I just made something for the first log file. So I'm just going to grab both, move them up, and I'm going to go ahead and just rename it while I'm at it so I know exactly what I'm looking at. So this is the frequency accelerometer 1 data for the hysteresis test, and I'm going to go ahead and rename the second one the same way. I feel like renaming is one of the best things to do when you're in the data portal because it's very easy to get lost when you have multiple log files all with the same channels and they just all sound the same. So one of the best ways to stay organized would be renaming it as soon as you've produced it. So I'm going to go in and do the same FFT analysis except for log 1. I'm going to grab accelerometer 1, grab it to the signal channel, grab the time that we produced in the last step, make that my time channel, and I'm going to hit calculate. And now I can see that it's added the frequency and the amplitude peak successfully to both. And like before, to keep up with my organization, I'm going to go ahead and rename it right off the bat. And this is for my on-off data, so I'm just going to get that done. Okay, so everything's been renamed. I know where everything is. So I've basically completed my FFT analysis, and the next thing I'm going to do is grab the channel function. And now I want to find peaks in my data. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick this photo that looks a little bit like a peak, and it is my find peaks function. So I am going to go in, and my X channel is going to be frequency. So I'm going to grab the frequency that I just calculated from the first log file, drag and drop, grab the second amplitude peak, and I'm not looking for minima, I'm looking for maxima. So I'm going to reset this, and yes, I want it by size of the amplitudes, and I want the top peak. So I'm going to hit OK. I see peak X and Y have been created. So I am going to grab both once again, move them to the right spot. Up. And then I'm going to go ahead, and you've guessed it, we're going to do the exact same thing for the second log file as well. So same protocol, we're going to go in and grab the frequency as our X and amplitude as our Y. I see the preview here. I know what's going to come out. It's already set to maxima by size of amplitudes. Everything looks good. I'm going to hit calculate. And now I have both peaks added here too. And I can go in and also rename as I should, but we have an idea now. It's all in the right spot, so we can go ahead and move on. So what I'm going to do is go back to my view tab. If you remember, there's still 2 empty panels here. So what I'm going to do is grab my amplitude peaks and move them into the view. So I'm going to pick 2D axis system there. I'm going to go down, select the one from the second log file, drag and drop 2D axis system. And as you can see there in our color that we do not want. So we're gonna go in, make sure this is all good to go when we do reporting in the next step by making sure all of our colors match so that it does not look like we're analyzing 4 different files. So now we're all matched up. And one of my favorite things about View is we're not limited to just viewing some of the things that we're seeing, right? We can do zooms, we can find maxes, we can find minimums, we can use cursors to find out exactly what values are at what data points. So there's abundance of cursors at the top here that you can use for that. But one of my favorite ones is really being able to zoom in, because half the time you can't really see what you're looking at. So you can keep zooming in, and if you decide that you don't want to see it anymore, just X out of it and you don't have to see the zoomed in version. So in this video, we explored a little bit about how to do FFT analysis, and we explored the fact that DIAdem has tons of functions that are readily available for test and measurement data. And we also then took some of our analysis and implemented it back into our View so that we are ready for reporting. Reporting and report generation is what we're going to see in the next video.